What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering. I hope you're having a wonderful day. If you're watching it today, that would be a Tuesday. I've been enjoying bringing the news to you, and I was just about to start recording a different video when THQ Nordic, the company behind Darksiders 3, made a huge oopsie. We'll get into that in just one second, but I want to remind you that exclusivelygames.com is a website where you can read all gaming news exclusively. No politics. Love to see you over there. Hope your day is going well. Let's get into that. So THQ Nordic announced today that they're doing an AMA, which you would say, well, why is this even news? Okay, fine. But where they were doing it was the news. In fact, we're doing an 8chan AMA, and we have no idea why. Come join us. So not only did this oopsie happen, but they went through with the AMA as far as I can tell. And you might be saying, why is that an oopsie? Well, 8chan is a spicy image board, and I, of course, respect all image boards equally. I have nothing bad to say about any of them, only about maybe people that do bad things on them. It's similar. I'm sure there are plenty of good people on 8chan, but it has a reputation and in fact has been blacklisted from Google for posting all sorts of horrendous stuff. So THQ Nordic, best known publisher of Darksiders series, has apologized for hosting AMA on the site that has been blacklisted by Google for suspected child-related content. The official THQ Nordic Twitter account revealed this morning that it would be doing an AMA on 8chan, adding, "We have no idea why." This was followed up by a tweet saying, "The opportunity was here and we took it. We got approached in a very friendly and polite manner. We were assured," said person, shout out to Mark, "we'll take care of the nasty stuff, so we're here." So, okay. Many assumed that THQ Nordic's account had simply been hacked, but it has since become clear that wasn't the case. IGN has reached out to THQ Nordic for comment. Soon after, many across the internet reacted to the AMA confusion. THQ's Nordic, Philip Brock, the PR and marketing director, officially apologized on Twitter. "I personally agreed to do this AMA without doing my proper due diligence to understand the history and controversy of the site. I do not condone CP, white supremacy, or anything else, shape, or form. I'm terribly sorry for the short-sightedness of my decision and promise to be far more vigorous in my assignment of these activities in the future. This was not about being edgy. This blew up, and I very much regret to have done this in the first place." So, if you want to give this guy the benefit of the doubt, to be honest, I knew 8chan was a image board. I didn't know that it was tied to this. So I feel like I have to give this guy the benefit of the doubt and say that, well, somebody approached him, said, "We're a very big image board. We want you to do an AMA," and he didn't know. I mean, there's really no evidence pointing to the fact that he did. However, games journalists are freaking out, not just because it was hosted, but because some of the things he actually said. Accounts credited THQ's Nordic, Philip Brock, and Reinhard Police responded to comments on 8chan posts, while some responses from these accounts have directly pertained to THQ Nordic's Waypoint's Patrick Klepek has noted many were less than savory. Interesting. Well, it looks like they deleted that tweet. But you can see, everyone freaking out. Here's a Waypoint article. Even then, there was reason to think it was still BS because some of the answers. So basically they're saying because of some of the answers he gave, he must have known about the deep lore of 8chan. When someone asked THQ Nordic to not appeal to the social justice crowd, Brock said, "Thanks, we'll try to stay that way." When another person asked, "Where are the big titty lollies at?" and pasted an image of a man groping two young girls, Brock appeared to respond with, "You've got them already, we'd say." I mean, I don't know what's necessarily wrong with that. This sounded like the kind of online chatter you would see from a hacker who was looking for attention, not an executive for a major gaming publisher. The reporting tag, #reporting tag or hashtag seemed to indicate an official response. but there are a number of responses with a similar name, this time lacking that tag. The anonymous nature of 8chan, which is part of the point of the platform, makes it impossible to truly tell who is saying what. Yet another huge red flag. That's right, because anonymity scares I guess, the censorious crowd. They want everyone to be doxxed and be fully public. I think people have a right to anonymity, especially when it comes to online comments. That's my opinion, as long as they're not illegal in any way. Even stranger was followed up with a tweet from THQ Nordic where it thanked some random guy named Mark for setting up the whole thing and said that they would take care of the nasty stuff. The F? Okay, so you're a games journalist dropping F-bombs in your reporting. High quality. And yet again, it's true. It all happened, but the people who typed those words on 8chan, again, a place banned by Google because of suspected child content. When I called the police over Skype and startled and clearly when I called Polis, over Skype, a startled and clearly shaken voice picked up. I guess it's about the AMA, right? He told me. So you know, I wasn't really involved with my PR colleague. I don't know if you have his contact information. Philip was involved in this and currently handling it. He quickly got off the call. Moments later, after sending Brock a message, he responded, I personally agree that the AMA, without doing my proper due diligence, we saw this publicly. THQ Nordic has no excuse here. 8chan's origins and purpose are not mysterious or hard to find. Actually, I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm a normie. I'm not really familiar with it. I know that there's a 4chan and an 8chan, and I know they're image boards. I don't know the deep lore. And I'm also in marketing. So, I mean, I suppose you probably should have done some research before agreeing to host there. But I think people are pretty much overreacting here. Okay, so he didn't know the deep lore. I think it's interesting that people are going out of the way to say that this person allegedly commented on the social justice crowd. That's an interesting thing, right? It's interesting that you wonder if people would be this mad. And consider this. THQ Nordic, a company representing countless hundreds of thousands of developers who are currently working on games, just brazenly associated themselves with an online website best known for its past and repeated association with CP. If we take Brock at his word that this was an act of ignorance and not malice, the damage is all the same. All those developers and their games are dragged through the same mud. I 100% disagree with this, Patrick. This is a really bad take. What they're really trying to do here is shame, first of all, THQ Nordic. Let's say I'm actually operating under, unless there's any evidence that this guy is a channer all the time and he knew, and this is a PR stunt, there's really no evidence to point to that this kid or gentleman knew the deep lore of 8chan. This person saying, well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that they don't know. I'm still outraged. And why exactly does THQ Nordic doing this AMA exactly reflect on anybody else but themselves? At most, I would say it reflects on the person who agreed to it, obviously the most. Second most might be THQ Nordic, Darksiders, stuff like that. But certainly, what would this have to do with Electronic Arts or Ubisoft? This is a person obviously working with Vice, so you know that, where their head's going to be at. The company has apologized, saying the move was done without due diligence to understand the history and the controversy of the site, and they don't agree. Well, Philip, I'm sorry that you're mad. And you know what? I'm willing to accept this person at their word. You see all these articles that they apologize for ill-conceived 8chan AMA. And you have Rami here, who's always, he's a video games guy. We have an early winner for aligning the brand with CP Marketing Award this year, which I didn't even know was a category at the actual F Awards. You ever notice how vulgar a lot of these Puritans are? I just happen to notice. That, of course. 8chan is tied to a number of GG inspired harassment campaigns, which, by the way, were all proven baloney sausage. I believe the FBI did claim it, or did find that no laws were broken in any case there. But that, reality doesn't matter to Variety or Vice against woman journalists, game developers. One thread of the site plotted and apparently succeeded to SWAT artist and Gamergate critic Grace Lynn, sending 20 police officers to her Portland home. I disavow if they did do that, but you know, that's according to Ars Technica. I feel like you'd have to prove that. Again, this isn't about the fact that it happened on 8chan. It's about the fact that these people, that 8chan apparently ruffles feathers in the puritanical far left. I consider myself, you know, probably used to be left-leaning, but it's hard to remember. It's hard to remember why when you have such censorious actions and such over-the-top reactions to what, as we know right now, all evidence points to THQ making a mistake. And we have just every Newsweek even covering this. I don't know. Am I being that naive to think everyone's supposed to have the deep lore knowledge of 8chan? I guess THQ Nordic isn't allowed to do AMAs anywhere else but ultra censorious Reddit. Apparently is the takeaway here. You know, I don't think they've said anything necessarily bad, but again, it seems like people are going out of their way to bring Gamergate into it for whatever reason, and to say that, you know, they're butthurt that they didn't want to appeal to the social justice crowd. I mean, isn't that interesting that everyone seems to have a problem with it, and they're so transparent why? I mean, what if they had said some like far left talking points or something like that? Would Waypoint, Vice, Variety, and all this stuff, would they be as outraged? It's hard to say. This is just a smear attempt by literally everybody pushing the same article within the same 60-minute window. I, on the other hand, am willing to give THQ Nordic the benefit of the doubt until any more evidence at all comes out. And what we're really seeing here is just a mistake. THQ Nordic made a mistake. Maybe they thought it wouldn't be any big deal. Who cares? I mean, what is the big deal here? Maybe I'll just go buy Darksiders 3 because that's exactly how this stuff works. I don't really see anything outside of a mistake here. If there's evidence otherwise, well, obviously every, quote, journalist doesn't have it and didn't wait to achieve it. They had to get their outrage pieces out. And so I will counter them with hopefully a more level approach. And if you enjoy the level-headed thinking, at least I think it's level-headed, I hope that you did enjoy this video. And then before you leave, you remember to click that like button, leave a comment down below. We'll talk to you again real soon.